I want to talk about the angel that you guys see on my screen right there, and her family suffered a tremendous loss for absolutely no reason. And just people just need to be more mindful about what they're doing, and be held accountable when they do end up hurting our children, okay? So that crash was very, very bad, man. Let me give you guys a disclaimer before we talk about my content. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. All right, and I'm getting this story again from Yahoo. Looks like they're on a roll today. The little girl that you guys see on my screen was 3.5 years old. Her name is Jaya Brooks, Jaya Brooks. Her parents, 32-year-old Daria Swain and 28-year-old Jan Brooks, told the news that their daughter died early Monday morning after a weekend of fighting head and heart injuries sustained Sunday afternoon. So I got to give you guys the details. It's just really heartbreaking. That's her parents right there. Good looking, beautiful family too. Nevada State Police, NSP, confirmed Saturday that at least 2 people died when a wrong-way driver traveling south on northbound US 95 between Elkhorn and Durango collided with multiple vehicles around 3:20 p.m. While sitting on the floor of his daughter's bedroom Monday morning, Jan painfully relived the experience of driving home from a friend's house with Jaya in the back seat. And I hope I'm saying her name correctly. It looked intentional. They didn't try to swerve or anything. They just literally just boom, Jan said, recounting a PT Cruiser colliding with a car parked on the shoulder that was then catapulted in the air above the HOV lane where he was driving. So the car was launched and it hit his car, from what I understand. That's just incredibly bad luck. The car was catapulted in the air above the HOV lane where he was driving. The lead highway patrol said that the car was spinning on top of my car and just kept going. Jeez. I'm like, Jay, you okay? She wasn't responding. Jay continued. I jumped out the roof of the car, opened her back door, unbuckled her, and I'm like, Jaya, she was not breathing, like grunting. Running on adrenaline, Jan said he asked an officer to drive him and his daughter to Centennial Hospital instead of wait for an ambulance. She arrived at the hospital with a gash in her head and dropping blood pressure. Less than 48 hours later, after multiple life-saving efforts, her parents said their last goodbye at around 6 a.m. on Monday. He said, or they said, she fought her little butt off. She just kept fighting. And I was just like, you know what, baby? I just don't want to let you go, but it's okay. It's okay, Swain said. Creating similar tears while recounting her last moments with her daughter. My mind is like, give up. And then my heart is like, you're pumping for a reason. You know, she's your reason. 3.5-year-old Jared Brooks, the third victim from Saturday's wrong-way driver collision on Northwest Valley. It's either Jaya or Jera. I don't know why they put it in there so many times like that. NSP has yet to provide an additional update on the crash since Saturday night, and representatives did not respond to the news now asked on Monday. The victims identified have yet to be released and has not confirmed if intoxication was a factor for the wrong-way driver. So let me go ahead and skip some of this. They do have a GoFundMe up, and let me show you guys this. To the mother and father, I talk about GoFundMes all the time, just in a way where I encourage people to get life insurance and not to depend on crowdfunding if something happens to family or friends, or in a worst case scenario like this, your baby, like I think we all should have life insurance. But nonetheless, we were not planning on this. It's unexpected. I do understand. I'm not against GoFundMe. I just think that we have to have a better plan to take care of expenses if something like this happens. But they were asking for an amount of $35,000. They collected $31,000 of it as of right now. $31,000 out of $35,000. That's what they asked for. Regardless of whether we think that's a high amount or not, it just is what it is, and I'm just not going to even go down that rabbit hole this time. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. If you guys have thoughts about this story, I don't know if the person was intoxicated or not. I don't want to insinuate that, but something had to have been wrong. But do me a favor and please click that thumbs up and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Here we go.
A family in mourning a week after a 3-year-old was hit and killed by a wrong-way driver. Orion Ketchum spoke with the family tonight and shows us how they're remembering her life.
It's not easy losing somebody, especially a child. It's just, the pain is unbearable.
This is 3-year-old Jaya Brooks, a happy little girl, always smiling, enjoying life to the fullest.
That's a prison.
However, on December 9th, police say a wrong-way driver crashed into 2 cars on US 95 northbound at the Durango off-ramp, killing 3, including Jaya.
Got these images in my head that's just like I can never get away, like never get out. So it's just like that's the hardest thing for me. When I'm closing my eyes to go to sleep, that's what I see is my daughter.
Jaya and her father Jan were in the second car hit.
I witnessed that accident first, and then 2 seconds later, literally, I'm just spinning around.
Jan says the top of his car was missing, but his focus was on his daughter.
I just remember jumping out, opening my daughter's door, unbuckling her seatbelt, grabbing her.
He says a Good Samaritan took them to Centennial Hills Hospital. Then she was airlifted to UMC. That's where Jaya's mom, Daria, was waiting for her.
And when I seen her and I seen her clothes cut off, I was like, God, just give me a little bit more time with her. Just a little bit more time.
And that's exactly what was granted. Doctors able to keep Jaya alive for 2 days after the crash, allowing family time to visit.
That was my everything. That was my mom. I'm heartbroken.
Her family set up this GoFundMe page, and Daria's work, Smith's Marketplace, on the West Sky Canyon Park Drive, will host a fundraising event Tuesday, 2 p.m. till 4 p.m. to help raise more money to cover funeral costs. Jaya's celebration of life will happen this Friday, 11 a.m. till 9 p.m. at
2 parents say they lost their 3-year-old little girl to a wrong-way driver.
Yeah, they say the 3-year-old by the name of Jaya died Monday after the Saturday crash on US 95 near Durango and Elkhorn. Her dad says he was heading north on 95 when a driver heading south collided with him and another car.
The Highway Patrol has not named the girl in the crash, but has identified 2 other people who died. They're 63-year-old Karen Foote and 50-year-old Antonio Apton.
The state police haven't said yet who was driving the wrong way. Fox 5's Joe Vigil talked to the 3-year-old's parents today and is here now with what they're saying. Joe?
Yeah, so the couple calls their 3-year-old a perfect soul and hope telling her story will create more awareness about the devastation of wrong-way driving. 3-year-old Jaya loved gymnastics and was a princess to her parents.
Hug your babies tight, because there's people out here that you just don't know.
Well, Jan Brooks says Jaya was in the car with him around 3:20 Saturday afternoon when he saw a car heading southbound in the northbound lane of 95. He says the wrong-way driver hit a car in front of them and then hit his car.
Oh my gosh, like what the heck? And then as soon as I said that, I'm just spinning, like literally my car's just spinning around. I remember just spinning.
Another driver took Brooks and Jaya to nearby Centennial Hospital, where he says she suffered brain trauma and died on Monday.
It's just a senseless act. It's so crazy. Like,
Well, Jaya loved Disney. In fact, was going to Disneyland in June for her birthday. Her parents are still going in honor of her. And with it being so close to Christmas, the gifts have piled up for Jaya. These are all of her presents, which her parents say they will give away to other children. So it's unclear right now how or where the driver got on US 95 the wrong way. There is a functional wrong way alert system at Durango and 95, but again, it's not clear if that is where the driver got on. Now, these are signs up at nearby Sky Canyon and 95. Here's some file video that we have showed you on Fox 5. The signs flash when drivers begin to go the wrong way, and the state has seen success with drivers stopping and then turning around when encountering those signs. More alert systems are going in here in the valley, but we don't know exactly where quite yet. Back to you.
2 people died Saturday on US 95 after Nevada State Police say a wrong-way driver collided with multiple cars. Today, a 3rd victim died, and she was just 3 years old. 8 News Now reporter Ryan Matthew revisited the scene today, spoke with family, now without their child.
She's so funny. Little character, she a little dancer too. She a dancer a little bit.
The world of 3.5-year-old Jaya Brooks is pretty in pink, but now it's feeling blue.
I feel so bad how they beat her. Like, she's so innocent, just so, like, I don't even know what she wants to be when she gets older.
Darius Swain and Jan Brooks, the parents, their daughter, who was recovering from the flu, was not able to recover from her injuries.
She fought her little butt. She just kept fighting. And I just was like, you know what, baby?
Being selfish, I
just don't want to let you go. Nah. But it's okay.
Jaya, just one victim of this multi-fatality event, and markings on the ground still remain here on US 95 just past Elkhorn, where this all began. Nevada State Police saying it was caused by a driver traveling the wrong way.
I'm like, Jaya, you okay? She wasn't responding.
Brooks painfully relives the experience, driving home from a friend's house with Jaya in the back seat.
It looked intentional. He didn't try to swerve or nothing. It literally just boom.
A driver traveling south in the northbound HOV lane hits a car parked on the shoulder. That car flies and lands onto Brooks' car, one exit from his home.
Jumped out the roof of the car, opened her back door, unbuckled her. I'm like, Jaya. And she like breathing, like grunting.
2 hospitals later, and after a weekend of fighting, her parents said their final goodbyes early Monday morning.
If you need help, get help, you know?
Yeah.
Because you can ruin a lot of people's life just in a split second.
Now, it is unclear if the wrong-way driver was intoxicated. Nevada State Police have yet to release the full scope of the investigation. The 3-year-old's family has established a GoFundMe, and you can find that on our website, 8 News.
So again, just to clarify, I don't mean any disrespect to the family about the GoFundMe. That's just my thoughts on it with the amount that was being asked. Because I've always said that, you know, you should just ask for the amount that you need. And then if people want to exceed that, a lot of times they usually will. You'll end up getting more than what you actually asked for. But if that's what they need, then that's what they needed. So, you know, I guess we'll just kind of leave that there. But she's such a beautiful little girl, man. And they just seem like a good fit, a good, happy family. And that little girl could have grown up to become something great. And behind somebody's either negligent actions, not knowing what was going on, we just don't know. There's so many unknowns, and why this baby ended up losing her life is just really sad. So young Jaya, young princess, from my heart to yours, R.I.P. Beautiful little girl, beautiful little angel. Let me know what you guys think about this story. If you know more about it, you can feel free to post it in the comments section. But of course, if you actually know more details that the police or prosecutors can use, then feel free to reach out to them and call them, because I definitely want to make sure that that family gets justice for their daughter, okay? Thank you.